lovely cat.
Your children not lovely, the cat is lovely.
That's right. Yeah, I see this one not lovely. Don't know my cat. My cat's so sweet, man.
Hi, my name is Jason Wong. So I work in the market research industry. I have 2 daughters and a cat. So my older daughter is Sarah, 7 years old, and my younger daughter is Sophia, 5 years old.
Hello. Hi, my name's Honey. I work in the legal industry.
This house is a 3-bedder. It's about 1270 square feet and it's near Kembangan MRT. The project started in February. We moved into the house in May, but having said that, I think after we moved in, there was still little bits and pieces that we were working on. So I think probably completion would have been about September, I think. In terms of the cost, everything included, I think it was about 150K. So how I got to know Yuli was actually through Canvas. So what we did was we go to Canvas and then they recommended, I think it was about 4 or 5 IDs, right? And then we spoke to quite a few of them. We also spoke to 1 or 2 that was recommended by friends. But in the end, I think we selected Yuli because we got along best with her.
She gave us like really nice mood boards.
Yeah.
They were very soothing to the palate and the eye.
So we went about 4 or 5, like I said, right? Some of them were quite famous and they just didn't get back to us after a while, right? Some of them, I think they came back with the mood boards, it just didn't fit what we were looking for. But as my wife mentioned earlier, the mood boards that Yuli came back really met all our criteria and really met what we wanted.
I think ultimately the different IDs that we saw had their own vision of what they wanted for us, but what Yuli did was really to integrate what we saw for our own home with some like nuances here and there, which really helped to lift it and make it to what it is now. I think coming in from the main entrance, what you'll see is a tropical like wallpaper feature. We like tropical kind of prints to give a kind of like beach sort of feeling. Bearing in mind that this condo is located in Kembangan, which is in the east, and in the east, as you know, is all about the beach, right? As you come in, you'll see our piano. It's a wooden piano, basically an antique, and you'll start to see all of our interests on display. So our bookshelves, our board games, our record players, and thematically, what we're interested in is like, you know, vintage stuff, very analog. So our house kind of tries to reflect that. Lots of arches, lots of sort of muted beige, wooden kind of palette. And again, when you go into the kitchens, you'll see tropical tiles, you'll see small little Peranakan tiles, or evoking the feeling of a Peranakan kind of home. Again, everything is evoking. We don't want it to be like, oh, it's shouting out loud. Except maybe for the tropical wallpaper, because that part we wanted to showcase a little bit of our own like fun side. If you want to think about it, it's like a retirement home for 2 people who have varied interests. So that's why when you come into our house, the first thing people think about is like, oh, you live in a kampong, like a modern kampong, if you want to think about it that way. The blinds kind of make us feel like, oh, you know, the sunlight is coming through. If you've ever been to a kampong, you'll notice that, oh, that's the kind of feeling that it evokes. Everything feels soft. And that's what we want to bring into as an aesthetic, and which Yuli helped us to incorporate into the design of the house.
We wanted lots of light because for this particular house, right, one whole stretch of wall is basically windows, so there's lots of light, right? So we wanted to reflect that in the house design as well. So brightness, you know, having it not be so dark and moody, I think that was the end goal, so to speak. My favorite spot in the house, I'm actually a fairly lazy person, so I guess the bed would be my favorite spot. The view from my bed is actually pretty good.
For me, my favorite spot in the house is the entryway when you come in, because my piano is there, and then when you come in, you can see the tropical wallpaper, you see the piano, and it's like, wow. There's also all of our family photos there which are lined up. So immediately you get the sense of this house has people who are a bit old and who are family oriented and a bit strange. So all that you get just by walking in.
So a home means to me a place where my family feels comfortable, right? So for me in particular, it's important that my kids like this house. And especially since I have 2 very young kids, and what happens is that it's actually a very big transition for them to move from one house to another house. So for me, it was very important that the 2 of them really like this place. And I think some of the things we put in the house is to make sure that they like it very much. So for example, the bathtub, actually both of us don't really use it. Main users are actually the two of them. Their bedroom, obviously, as you can see, we try to style it into a princess room as much as possible. Even the living room, all those baskets that you see on my bookshelves, that's all their toys. So importantly for me, a home is a place where my kids are comfortable.
I think you're very practical.
Yeah, I am.
For me, a home represents the embodiment of myself. A home represents who I am within a physical space. You can have comfort in many different ways, but if the comfort does not express who you are, then that might not necessarily be your home. A hotel is very comfortable, but it's not my home. So my home is an extension of me in a space that I can call my own, and where I can welcome the people I love into it, and they will also know, oh, yeah, this is Haniza's home because it is who she is.